Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon. Welcome to your Divine Masculine Weekly Forecast. So today's theme is You Are My Reason to Exist. And this actually came to me from a channeled song from Spirit. And it's from the band Stick Figure called All My Love. So I'll try to remember to put that link to that song down below. So today I'm actually doing our reading a day later. I usually post these on Mondays, but unfortunately due to a migraine yesterday, I was unable to post. But I'm feeling much better today, so thanks for bearing with me. Anyways, you guys, here it is. So let's just dive right into the messages. But of course, before, I just want to remind you guys, I do tend to channel for those that are experiencing either a separation or a challenge in their connection. So please keep that in mind and only take what resonates for you. All the decks I'll be using will be listed in the description box down below, as well as this beautiful Organite here, created by Michelle from Bells, Wing and Bell. So let's get into it. We're going to take a look at the energy of waves. And so I just kind of felt like this whole ocean vibe here with today's reading. So we're going to go with waves. Thoughts of you that roll in and out of your divine masculine's mind. And we are doing this reading from the divine feminine's perspective, since you guys are the majority of my viewers, okay? So thoughts of you that, roll in and out of your divine masculine's mind at this time. Let's go ahead and see what is the energy here. Thoughts of you that roll in and out of your divine masculine's mind. Ooh, a roll of the dice. So immediately what I'm getting here, you guys, it says weighing pros and cons, leaving it to fate. Interesting. So what's going on, sorry about that little pop-up here. What's going on for the divine masculine, you guys, right now, that roll in and out of his mind? Yes, no, do I, don't I? Should I roll the dice? Should I just not? Should I just leave it up to fate, or should I actually do something? So this is a back and forth thought that goes in and out of this masculine's mind. That's very specific, you guys. Let's go ahead and see what else. What other energy here is coming in and out of your masculine's mind about you and this connection? We have test. Can we just test the waters? Ooh, first. Okay, interesting. I feel for some of these masculines, they might be kind of testing the waters by doing something. Sometimes it's just kind of like, you're about ready to jump off of not a cliff, but you're about ready to jump off of a rock into the ocean or something. It's really high and you're really scared and you just kind of fake yourself out. Kind of feel like there's this energy here for this masculine. It's like he almost does something and then he pulls it back. He's writing a text, but then he doesn't send it. There's something like that. Reaching out, but not sending, not hitting send. So I feel like this is something that has gone back and forth maybe for a while, or this is just really highlighted at this particular time. So let's go ahead and get a tarot card to see what this is all about. All right. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Back and forth, tempering the energy, back and forth. So temperance right here. I feel like for some of you guys, especially if you have been in a separation for a while, I feel that Sagittarius season was really huge. I don't know why there's all these pop-ups immediately that are coming through. I'm sorry about that. But I feel like that was where there was a lot of back and forth with this particular energy, okay? So Sagittarius season would be November and December. So that could be because it was around the holidays. It could have been your birthday, something like that. So there could have been a very amplified energy during that period of time. Do I, don't I, do I, don't I? So I feel like, especially if there was it was a holiday or your birthday or something, sometimes people around the holidays or special occasions might feel like, hey, you know what? It wouldn't be abnormal to reach out and say hi or happy birthday or happy holidays. So I feel like that could be when this particular divine masculine started to think about maybe reaching out to you or sending you a message. But obviously, if you haven't heard from him, he decided to pass on that, okay? But the temperance card is about reconciliation. It's about divine timing as well. Has it tempered out enough? Has your separation, maybe has it been something that's, has it been long enough kind of thing? Is it now time? But can we just test the waters first? Kind of just put a little test out there. Now, feel for some of you guys too. I don't know why these messages just keep coming to me. It's like it's not done. This masculine may have actually sent out something or did something as a test to see how you would react. I don't know what that is for everybody, but that's coming through the reading, okay? Just take it how it resonates for you. Let's go ahead and get another. What else has been going, kind of rolling in and out of this masculine's mind? Okay. I feel like this has probably been a long separation for some of you guys because we have long journey, depletion, and fatigue, exhaustion. So it's been a long time. You might be sitting here today thinking to yourself, like, you know what? It's just been so long. Do it already. I feel like the masculine actually feels the same. It's been a long time of going back and forth. At what point are you going to do something? We have circles. We keep going around and around. I don't want it to be this way anymore. I'm exhausted by the circles. I'm exhausted that it keeps circling around. So every single time that this masculine decides that, you know, he's going to do something, but then he pulls it back and he doesn't do something, doesn't reach out, doesn't make a move, guess what? It comes back around. This is not something that leaves him alone. This is not something that just goes away. It's like, you know, there has to be a loophole here in this circle. And I just feel like instead of doing that, he just takes another lap around that track. And it's just now becoming exhausting. Okay. Very interesting stuff. So a lot of back and forth, in and out, back and forth, waves. You roll in, then you roll back out. Roll in, roll back out. Here it goes. Time and time again. 8 of Cups. Interesting. So I feel like every single time he's faced with it. He does have that opportunity to evolve from it, to do something different, or to turn his back and walk away. So I feel like this just keeps happening over and over again. And the fact that we have the 8, if we turn the 8 over on its side, it kind of looks like an infinity symbol. So going around in the circle, looping around again. Here it goes. Okay. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get another. Falling too deeply, drowning and unstable feelings and overhead. What's so interesting is that this is one of the topics, is drowning. So I'm really going to pay attention. I'm actually going to put this card on the side, Spirit's telling me, because it's going to highlight something in that particular topic when we cover it here. Falling too deeply. So what's going in and out? Thoughts of you that roll in and out. Falling very, very deeply. So there might be a lot of feelings that do feel very unstable, but also very overwhelming for this masculine. There are times I feel like there's maybe certain cycles or certain just times where he feels these feelings that are just very amplified, very, very intense energy, intense emotions. Okay. There's also a lot of fear here. Fear of opening up, fear like it's just too much. It's just too much. It's too overwhelming. It's just easier to just walk away. I can't deal with it. We have Wild. I don't want to be tamed. You can ride along with me, but I can't give you any promises. Interesting. This is the thing. This masculine feels a lot of things for you, feminine, but there's also this part of this masculine where he does want to be free. Now, that doesn't mean that he could never commit or that he wants to have an open relationship, but there's a part of him that feels like he's going to lose himself by being in this connection with you. Why does he feel that way? It might be because it's all consuming. It's so deep. It's so intense. Doesn't know how to temper his own energy to even be involved with you. So there's just something that's coming up here. Oh, why? All these pop-ups, why? It's annoying. Get the fuck out of here. Sorry about that, you guys. It was just very annoying to me. Yeah, so there you go. It's like very in your face. It's just too much, maybe. Maybe that's what it is. It's just too much. I'm going to lose myself with you. I lose myself when I'm with you. You know what I'm getting? Cruel Intentions. You've got Reese Witherspoon with Ryan Felipe, whatever his name is. And he's kind of the bad boy. She's like the good girl, you know, she's untainted, everything. And he basically says, why can't we be together? And she says, because I don't trust myself when I'm with you. It's kind of like that. There's something about her just wanting to stay in control and not wanting to lose herself or potentially get hurt. And I feel like that is something here where maybe you bring out this side in this masculine where he just feels completely all consumed, feels like he just wants to completely let go and lose himself. But then that is very, it brings up a lot of fear for him at the same time. Yeah, Ace of Wands. There's definitely, there's a lot of attraction, interest, passion, just a bunch of feelings all at once, especially when you guys were together. I feel like this masculine feels like if he even has anything to do with you, where he sees you or he talks to you, it's like he's not going to be able to stop. So it may be that he completely avoids you altogether. That's what I just got. it brings out this wild side in him. It brings out this like frenzy in him, and he can't contain it. He cannot contain these flames. And so it's just easier to just avoid it altogether. So some of you guys could be dealing with someone who's avoidant. It's just too much, okay? Just too much energy. But I also just got too that this masculine, there's a part of him that maybe feels jaded by love or jaded by deep connection. Maybe he feels like he's above it. Maybe he feels like, because remember guys, this is like back and forth. Sometimes he's feeling it and other times he's just pushing it away and avoiding it, fighting against it. So there's this wild side of this masculine that's just like, you know what? There's too many things that are going on. There's too many other things that I got to focus on. There's too many things that are grabbing my attention. I don't have time. I can't be tamed. I see this connection as trying to tame me and control me and cage me in. I can't have this. So rather than doing this, I'm just going to avoid it altogether. So there's a bunch of combinations of feelings that come up for this particular masculine. Okay, let's get one more. There it is. There's that. There's this, I have to walk away. There's this, I have to say no to this. I have to draw the line. I have to protect myself. I can't have this in my life. So you have a masculine that feels a lot of different things for you, feminine, but he's really tortured inside. Okay, so I'm actually going to put this to the side because remember, this is about the other thing. All right, so let's take a look at this energy here of boundaries. No, I have to draw the line. I can't have this. I can't do this. I don't trust myself when I'm with you. Yep, there it is. Flame. Look at that. Flame. This fire is still burning in me for you. Do you feel it too? Yeah. So just because this masculine has said no to you, feminine, or has drawn the line, or is avoiding you, ghosting you, whatever the situation is, you know, it's not necessarily playing games. It's just that that's how he feels at this particular time, or how he feels sometimes, which is, I can't have this. I can't have you in my life. I can't say yes to you. If I say yes, I'm going to lose myself. Can't do it. So he avoids it, okay? But that doesn't mean let's chase this masculine more because, you know, he's really tortured and he's really dying inside. No, when someone says no, you do have to respect it. But this is just the process with what he is going through. Okay, so we had this fall on my lap. Ooh, King of Cups, emotional mastery. This masculine feels like he's not emotionally ready. That's what it is. So deep down inside, it's like his higher self knows that he is not emotionally, emotionally ready or emotionally mature enough perhaps, or maybe even deep enough to be able to handle the depths of this connection. So he might be right now just really focused on, you know, moving forward and growing in certain ways, doing other things that fulfill him. I almost feel, and I know this is probably going to hurt the feminine, but this masculine, I feel, has convinced himself that, and that's okay because relationships don't have to be everything. It doesn't mean you cannot be fulfilled without a connection or relationship. But I do feel like this masculine has convinced himself on some level that he's happier alone, or that he's happier just keeping things casual, that he's happier just by himself, basically. That's what I'm getting here. Now, remember, this is in and out energy. This is back and forth. This is not all the time. But there is some times where this masculine feels like this is just too much and he's better off alone, or you're better off without him. Very tortured is what I'm seeing for this masculine. Okay, so we have Sagittarius and Scorpio energy, which are the 10th, 11th, and 12th month. So that's kind of interesting to me. That might have been when this masculine tried to maybe roll the dice, figures he was going to reach out, but then chose against it. He ultimately chose not to do it. And why? It might be because it's just too much altogether. So now we're going to go into this dark water. What is the divine masculine hiding from or trying to deny when it comes to you in this connection? Well, let's look at that. What is this masculine trying to hide from or deny when it comes to this connection? Okay, sorry, I don't know why this isn't staying. I lost my way when I lost you. Interesting. Was afraid to lose oneself, right? But actually ended up losing his way anyways. So what I'm seeing here, feminine, is that it may be that he felt in the past that your connection was just too much. he was going to lose himself. He actually ended up losing his way anyways. With or without you, he would have lost his way. So as he has traveled, as he has moved forward with his life and maybe gotten involved in other experiences or had other things going on, he's ended up losing himself anyways. So no one is the cause, right? I feel like he may have assigned some sort of, I don't want to use the word blame, but has assigned maybe you as someone who is a distraction in his life. That if he, settles down with you, somehow he's going to lose himself or lose his way or lose out on something. But that's not the case. And I feel like as he has traveled, he's starting to become humbled with that opinion that the problem was not you. Okay. But sometimes mindsets and belief systems and narratives are hard to break. And so this could be something that he's still kind of battling right now. Oh, okay. Wow. Lilith, you guys, this is interesting. Lilith in, different stories can be the female demon. Okay. Also, there's stories about her where she was originally Adam's wife, but then she was just too much for Adam. So she was cast out and then Eve was created, which would be submissive to him, etc. That's very interesting to me, though. Lilith is very, very strong. Lilith is very sensual in nature, if you know what I mean. So there's sometimes people will say that's Jezebel's spirit. So if someone is attracted to someone and it's just too much, they'll call that person a Jezebel. It's her fault that I'm so attracted. She's doing something to possess my mind. Basically, what it does is it takes it just shifts blame over to this instead of looking at yourself. So I think that this is very interesting that Lilith is coming through as, what is this masculine so afraid of or trying to deny? He's trying to deny the power of his attraction to you. He feels somehow that he's, again, going to lose himself completely, that somehow giving you control over his life, that you're going to mismanage or misuse your power or something. But see, it says shadowy muse. So there's something very shadowy here. There's something that maybe he is afraid of his own shadow. You represent his shadow. You mirror to him his shadow. And if he has not done his shadow work or he has trauma that is unhealed, this is going to show up as you being a problem or an issue. And it may be that he condemns you and casts you out of his life like you would a demon. So I just think that this is very, very powerful, the way that this message is coming through, that basically tells us here that this masculine is afraid of himself. So of course he's going to be afraid of you, somebody that comes in, somebody that may be very strong and just maybe in your face. This is who I am. I accept my shadows. I am unafraid of my shadows. I am unapologetically myself. And if this masculine has hangups in that area, this is going to be something that may scare him because he's scared of himself. He's scared of his own shadow. So I hope that makes sense, because it's totally making sense to me. All right, let's see what else. Yeah. So the Three of Ashes is the Three of Pentacles synergy. First of all, you guys were obviously brought together in this lifetime for a reason, but one of the main reasons was to trigger and to become a mirror for one another. What the masculine sees in you is actually everything that he wants for himself. And it could be also vice versa. There could be certain things about the masculine that you also want for yourself. But when you're too afraid, what you'll do is you'll judge, you'll cast judgment, you'll become jealous, you'll do things. Unfortunately, it's just the way that the human ego is designed to attack what it is afraid of or doesn't understand. So I feel like this may have been something that has happened here with the masculine. As soon as you guys basically came together, it's almost like there is this triggering process that starts. So this masculine is what he's afraid of, what he's hiding from, what he's trying to deny is his own crap, his own stuff. His own unexamined shadow, or perhaps traumas and things that he hasn't healed. So it may be that he has cast this out onto you, feminine. Please only take that if that resonates. It's pretty dark, but that is what I'm receiving today. Okay, let's see what else. Tomb. It says, your voice echoes through me. Very interesting. Feminine, it may be that you said something very powerful or very significant to this masculine, and what I'm getting here is he's never forgotten it. I don't know what it is. It could have been something you said in anger. It could have been something that you said that was very loving. Whatever this is, though, your voice, what you said, haunts this masculine. Okay? He's afraid of it. He might be afraid of your truth. He might be afraid of having a conversation with you. He might be afraid of a wrath from you. That could be it too. Swamp witch. Wow. Yep. Murky depths. This is interesting. This is dark water that we're looking at. Dark water. What is the masculine hiding from or trying to deny? He's afraid of the swamp witch. The swamp witch is you. You're the shadowy muse. There's something about you that he wants, but he's almost ashamed of it. And it's because he's ashamed of some aspect of himself. I'm telling you here, you are the mistress of these murky depths. So you're the kind of person where you want it all. You want the good, the bad, and the ugly. You want the raw. You want the real deal. You're not going to put on like a pretty face and not be yourself. You see what I'm saying? You're not afraid of who you are, feminine. And this is something that's extremely triggering to this masculine, that you are so just yourself. Okay? So, he's afraid of this. He's afraid of himself. He's afraid of his shadow. So that means he's afraid of you. But there's something about you, though, that he can't help but be attracted to and drawn to, because it is your strength in this area that he wants for himself. That's why you guys are a really good match in this life. That's why you guys were assigned to one another in this lifetime. Oh yeah, there it is. The 9 of Embers is the 9 of Wands. Look at this. This is gutsy, to face your shadow in this life, to go up against and basically stand out above all the rest, to say no when everyone else is saying yes, to decide to have a harder time rather than taking the easy way out. This is you, feminine. I feel like you're not afraid to sit in shit. I don't mean that literally, but you're not afraid of consequences. You're not afraid of being judged. You're not afraid of people that don't like you or that don't agree with you. This particular masculine may have issues in this life with acceptance from other people or living an authentic life. You do not have that problem, feminine. And this masculine loves you. And I don't want to use the word hate, but also is afraid of that. He wants it. He desires it. He's attracted to it, but he's also repelled by it. His ego tells him something very negative about it. So the 9 of Wands is the wounded warrior. That's who you are, feminine. He is extremely attracted to your strength, but in a way he almost condemns you for it or judges you for it or has tried to cut you down for it. So that's interesting. All right, let's go ahead and get one more round. What else is this dark water energy? Countess, only you can reach me. Very interesting. Look, I'm not trying to say that you are the only person on earth that can help this masculine, but you were chosen and assigned in order to bring this particular thing out of him so he could face it. Okay? So this is who you are to him. You are his shadowy muse. It's very interesting, that word. And it's funny because I'm actually writing a story, and I've been writing a story forever. It's probably never, going to go anywhere. I don't care. It's therapy. That's what I call the main character, is the shadowy muse. So, this is my deck. That's obviously where I got it. But I just think that that's interesting. All right, let's see what else. You can't help but be enchanted. What did I say here? Weaving and blending magic into existence here. So he's very enchanted by your energy, by your vibe, but he's also afraid or even repelled by it, feminine. He can't help but respect you, but also, again, hates too much. It's too great of a word. Just can't help but be triggered insanely by your strength. And we have the 2 of Embers, which is the 2 of Wands. We have devising a plot. There's something here where he is suspicious of anybody that loves him, wants him, is there for him. He is always on a defense. There's like, what is the motive here? What do you want from me? This is too good to be true. You can't just love me for no reason. There's got to be something that you need or want from me. So there's a suspicious nature that this masculine has. And where does this come from? It comes from trauma. It comes from some sort of trauma in his life where he is unable to trust people. So you guys, this particular dark water for the masculine is pretty freaking deep. And it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with you. It comes from somewhere else. But when you guys came together, this was reignited. This was re-traumatizing for him. Because you represent somebody who's there for the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's almost foreign to this masculine. There's got to be a catch here. What is it? So he has a very hard time trusting. So I do hope that so far is resonating with you guys. We're going to go into the energy of drowning. Okay. So this is where I wanted to look at this card here. Falling too deeply, drowning in unstable feelings and overhead. So this is, how does your spirit and energy assist this divine masculine when he's going under? And it's funny because that song Going Under from Evanescence is coming to me when I just said that there. How does your energy and spirit assist this divine masculine when he's going under? All of our roads lead back to each other. Okay, so your assistance, feminine, is you basically just letting things be, okay? You just have gotten to a point where you are just letting things happen, okay? If your roads lead back to each other, then they're going to, you're not pushing it, you're not chasing, you're not trying to orchestrate anything. You're literally leaving it up to destiny. So I actually feel like this energy is very assisting to this masculine, because if you are pushing him and chasing him, I feel that all he would do is run away even further. You're giving him the space to basically figure things out on his own without any kind of interruption from, just your opinions or just energy or influence. So I think that that's really, really wonderful. Because we never get the results that we're looking for, you guys, when we chase. When we push and we chase, especially when it comes to other people, it just never really works out the way that we'd like it to. Doesn't mean you don't put any effort into it. But see, your courtship style right now, you're this beautiful dahlia just sitting back, graceful, strong. Dahlia is one of my favorite flowers. They don't smell, and flowers that are scented are really my favorite. But this particular flower is one of the only ones that I love that don't smell, because they're so freaking strong. If you get a bouquet of dahlias, that thing's probably going to last a couple of weeks. It's not going to wilt like daisies or roses or whatever, probably like in a couple of days. So to me, it's very strong energy. So your strong courtship skills, you're not courting this masculine. You're allowing, in the way, the universe to court you. You're allowing this masculine to court you and seek you out. And so if he's not doing that right now and he's not taking certain steps, that however this is supposed to roll out, you're allowing that. You're just going to allow for those things to happen. So I just love this coming from you. All right, what else do we have? Yep, Chariot. It's like you're either going to get on the same page with me or you're not. I'm not going to try to will this. I'm not going to misuse my power. I'm not going to do anything but focus on my own destiny and my own road. If you'd like to join up with me, great. And if you don't, I'm still moving forward. So feminine, you're coming through with a very strong and empowered energy. It's feminine, it's relaxed, but it's also not passive to where you're not doing anything. You're still allowing life to unfold for you. Okay. So this falling too deeply. Okay. So if the masculine is feeling unstable, or if someone is really, having a hard time, yes, being there for them and also assisting them maybe with talking to them and this and that can be helpful. But I feel for the majority of you guys that this masculine has probably made it evidently clear that he just wants to be on his own. He needs space and time. Maybe his actions are telling you this, so you're listening. So this is actually the best way that you can actually assist this masculine, is he will be forced to figure out his feelings on his own instead of assigning blame. Sometimes when you have people around you, you'll start to assign blame to them. You'll start to feel overwhelmed. It's their fault. Or if they say something, then, it's irritating to me. When you're sitting in your own shit, you have no one to really look at except for yourself. So that's what I'm getting with that particular message. Let's go ahead and see how else you're assisting this masculine. You're not looking to save this masculine anymore. And that's interesting because we have waves. So the outline of this reading is kind of coming together. It's interweaving. Go with the flow and trust in our divine plan. Do you see this, feminine? That's what you're doing. You're just you're rolling with it. You're rolling with the waves. You're basically trusting in destiny. You're trusting in the divine plan. So if the plan is that you guys are not supposed to be together, you trust that everything that you're supposed to learn, heal, learn from this situation is going to be revealed to you. You're not chasing it anymore. Maybe you were at one time. You're not doing that anymore. And it's actually assisting the masculine, because perhaps what it might be doing is it's forcing him to have to pull himself up and to do something different instead of maybe being given a pass, being enabled, whatever. Okay? Yep, slow down. You're not chasing. You're not chasing. Is that a song? No, it's chasing waterfalls. Fireflies. You're not chasing fireflies. You're looking at them. You're examining them. You're seeing the magic in it, but you don't need to capture them. You're able to look at them very freely. So it's funny because it's like the masculine is a free firefly, right? He's full of fire. He's full of flames. He's full of all of these things. It can't be contained. No one really can be contained or should be contained. It's not about ownership here. So I feel like there might be some kind of a lesson here in not owning. You don't own me. Is that a song from You Don't Own Me? I don't know. It's like a 50s style kind of song. I don't know. I don't know why it's coming to me. But yeah, it's not about ownership. It's about loving people in a very healthy, detached way. Yeah. Without so much attachment. Yeah, look at all those locks. Can't be locked down. Masculine right now, I feel, is extremely all over the place, right? Feels very unstable in his feelings and his emotions. We have Venus energy here. Venus is all about romance, love, all that stuff, what our values are, what our beliefs are, basically. Our principles when it comes to love and relationships. So I feel like right now, the best thing that you could possibly do, feminine, you're not an option in this masculine's world, okay? You have many options. You have many roads. You have many things going on for yourself. If this masculine ends up choosing you one day, that'll be a different story. You can make a decision then. But right now, you're not going to put your life on hold. You're also not trying to rush to the finish line. You realize that this is a journey, not necessarily a destination. And so whatever is supposed to unfold, you're going to allow it to. So you don't have to rescue the masculine. And I feel like that's why this is here. You might have felt like this was a part of your job being a divine feminine. I need to save my divine masculine. No, you do not. You were not put on earth to basically save anyone, okay? And it's not about just being selfish and focusing on yourself. You can serve people, but you cannot save anyone. They have to want to save themselves. That comes from within. So I feel, feminine, how your spirit and energy actually assists this masculine, the stronger that you become. The more that you sit back and think about how life is actually short and you better make the best of it. So if you've been wasting a lot of time, maybe crying over this masculine, or you've been wasting just a lot of time not living your life on account of this masculine, whatever the situation may be, you're starting to realize that this is your journey too. This divine masculine was designed for you just like you were designed for him. But right now, if for whatever reason you can't quite understand it, figure it out, whatever, best thing that you can do is come back to center with yourself and focus on you. The rest will follow. This masculine, if it is meant to be, will come back. This masculine will reach out to you when he is ready. And it's just about slowing down and not forcing anything. So I think that's a really beautiful place to stop. Now, we will go into some deeper messages for those of you that are interested. We're going to take this over onto the extended reading. I'll put that link in the description box down below, as well as pin the top comment with the link. But we're going to go into the whisper, which is when the divine masculine asks himself, are you the one for me? What does his higher self say to him? What does that conversation look like? Also, fishing. What is your divine masculine trying to find out about you right now? We do know that he goes back and forth with his interest and his energies connected to you. We're also going to go into the ocean. So what emotions and words are stirring deep within your divine masculine's heart towards you? And then finally, sailing. What are the plans that your divine masculine is working on in order to come back into your world? What does that destined path look like, etc. So anyways, you guys, that's what I have for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys want to support my channel for free, definitely click that like button, leave a comment or an emoji in the comment section, and make sure that you are subscribed. And maybe I'll see you guys over on the extended. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye-bye.